Okay, so now that all the servos are installed and all the controls have been test fit, you want to go through and you can use the little block plane to take off the corners and then sand and sand and sand. Trying to make the corners all radiused and smooth and everything fit nice so there's no drag or anything. And so just take your time, and it does take time. You have to spend a lot of time sanding and getting all those corners radiused out and smooth. So here I think we can radius this just a little bit more. So just go ahead and sand it. Make sure you keep rotating the fuselage so that you don't sand a flat spot. But you want to just make all those edges nice and rounded out. Smooth rounded edges. And then before we put covering on, we'll take a tack rag and clean all this sanding dust off of the balsa fuselage. Okay, so we have a hatch here that's magnetic. So there's a plywood tab that connects the front, and then the back there's two magnets, one magnet here and one magnet here. When I first put the magnets in, I actually glued them in, and I didn't notice it at first because there's kind of a little bit of a friction fit, but when I put this up close like that, it repelled, and it wouldn't stay in there. The two magnets were repelling, and so I just took one out and flipped it around, and now it attracts. So that's an easy way to tell if it's attracting, because you can't always tell when you're putting it down like this. So anyway, there we go. Once this is all tack rag, then the fuselage should be ready to cover. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about. The motor's just mounted on with 4 wood screws to the front plywood. I did have to drill a hole. I think I drilled a 1/4-inch hole, which is just barely big enough to get all 3 wires in. You have to feed one in at a time, but I was able to get all the wires in. I drilled the hole right in the bottom, and so the motor wires go right through that hole. The ESC is right here against the side. The battery, I think the battery's going to have to go back about that far, at least for my balance without the covering on. The balance point is, what was it, 56 millimeters back from the leading edge of the wing. So it works out to be about right here, or the very back edge of this spar, or the very back edge of the main spar. So I think the fuselage is pretty much done now. Okay, so here's how far I've gotten in 4 days. Got the structure all done. It's ready to start covering. So I think it's looking pretty good. So there you go.